What's going on, everybody? Thank you guys so much for watching the show. Wanted to talk to you about our friends over at Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching sports. This app is really easy to use. You just pick more or less on a few player stats, and you could win up to 1,000 times your cash on a single lineup. Best of all, Prize Picks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. Win or lose, you'll get $50 for playing. Use the promo code PFF and download the app now. If Will Johnson doesn't go to the Arizona Cardinals, where does he go?
I don't know. I just keep having to remind myself of so many good players getting picked right now, and I keep looking at our best available tab available at PFF.com, and Will Johnson's still there. This guy, talent-wise, is a top 10 to 15 player in this draft. The medical is supposed to be that bad that he comes here at number 4. I mean, I would take a one-legged Will Johnson, number 47 overall, for the Arizona Cardinals, who their biggest need is still cornerback, in my opinion. They don't really have much at outside corner besides Garrett Williams in the slot. I think they'd be in on Will Johnson in that zone scheme too. If he doesn't go here, Las Vegas is next at number 48 overall. But man, these medicals must really be that bad for Will Johnson because he should have gone 30 picks earlier than this in my opinion.
I mean, if you think about the advancements in medical technology, within the span of Will Johnson's rookie career, he could probably have a bionic leg.
I'll give him my knee.
Here's the thing. You might have to take him up on that because he did just go to the Arizona Cardinals.
Bam.
He might be calling you.
I thought I was going crazy, man. I really thought I was going crazy with Will Johnson.
You are still going crazy. We're not going to take that. We're not going to take that part away from you. Dude. Walter Nolan in round 1. Will Johnson in round 2.
Yeah, that's called a draft.
Monty Ossenfort is saying we are loading up on this defensive side. Now they have that, in theory, he's fully healthy, CB1 type to go along with a good CB. If you look at the cornerback room for Arizona, I don't think that you would say that it's desperate. But I think you like it better with a potential CB1 there. Now you get to use Sean Murphy-Bunting in a lot of versatile ways. The same thing with Max Melton. The same thing with Garrett Williams. I like DTD in the back in the secondary as a long-term option for them. Obviously, they still have Budda Baker there. They can use some upgrades at the second level at linebacker, but you feel great about that defensive line with the free agency additions and certainly the addition of Walter Nolan, too. You hope that Darius Robinson's going to take that next step in his second year for you. So Jonathan Gannon, a defensive-minded head coach, he's got all the tools to be able to do whatever he wants on that defense, in theory, when I think a lot of these guys are healthy.
And Johnson played a lot of man-to-man coverage at Michigan, but you and I were both talking about, you know what, he's got the body type and the technique where if he played in off-zone, we might even want to see that a little bit more, and he'd be really good in it. Look, doesn't have the top-end speed, even when he is healthy. Ran a 4.5 flat, I believe it was, at his pro, or somewhere around there. He's a 4.5 guy, low 4.5 guy. But his instincts, his technique, his fluidity, especially his ability to see the quarterback and jump the football underneath, I think all of those things are going to be major assets in Jonathan Gannon's defense. And I think the Cardinals, through a round and a half here, are one of the big winners of this draft so far. You got two potential top. Where did you have Johnson on your board? Was it 12 or 13, somewhere in there?
Let me see. 14.
So you got your number 8 player and your number 14 player at 16 and 47 on a defense, again, that needed more ceiling on their D-line, and they needed outside corner help. On the outside, they needed help, for sure. They were the worst zone coverage grade at outside corner in the league this year. Johnson is one of the few corners in this class that I don't think is scheme-dependent, but I do think he's a great fit. And again, you mentioned it. Just this level, to get this level of talent at 47, if you feel good enough about his knee and you can protect him, maybe there's times I've seen where if he's playing on one side of the field or the other, if he can't cut off that knee, then play him on the other side and figure it out later. Make him the left corner, right corner, whichever one. I forgot which one he's more comfortable with, but this is just the swing that needed to happen. This is just a great pick for Arizona, and through 2 rounds, they got to be feeling really good about themselves.
I thought this was the pick for Arizona in the first round of the draft. They didn't go that route. Now they get him in the second round of the draft. This is an A-plus draft for Arizona. Obviously, the medicals are going to be a big talking point for Will Johnson throughout his entire career, but this guy has been an elite cornerback ever since his true freshman year at Michigan. In fact, in his sophomore year, he went up against Marvin Harrison Jr. and Rome Odunze. He had 6 targets against those guys. He allowed 3 catches and had an interception against those guys. He is an elite corner in every sense of the word, elite technician. My comp was Pat Surtain. So I think if he stays healthy, I really think you're getting one of the top cornerbacks, potentially in the NFL. Could be a top 10 corner in the NFL very soon, too. I love Will Johnson, and I think this is a home run pick for the Cardinals.